Okay, a little bit of an update on the Mahindra because so many people are asking and wondering. That's great, isn't it? We don't really know a lot about Mahindra. Before I go any further, there's a Mahindra owners group on Facebook, and I've been picking up heaps of great information there. There's lots of people who've already developed their Mahindras beyond my brand new one. I'll be doing it my own way, but I will be sort of watching what they're doing too to take some tips. Just got to do that. And straight away, you're probably thinking, Ruthie, what happened to your beautiful wheels? Look, I've got a problem with alloy wheels. I didn't think I did have. I've been borrowing cars with alloy wheels for ages, but I never took them off. I never had to. I gave the car back. I never had a flat tyre. That's one of the beauties these days. You don't get a flat most of the time. There's not as many horses around shedding nails. And, you know, the roads are so much better. And we don't have cattle grids poking out with a 4-inch lip to sort of nail the wheel, which is a problem I have with alloys. And then I realised that I needed a special stud remover adapter because they had special studs on the wheels. I thought, I can't do that. I can't do that. And it also had a sort of a dummy plastic hubcap with only a couple of real screws and the rest were artificial. And I don't do artificial. I probably do a fair bit of dummy, just ask the handbrake about that, but I don't do artificial. So for the sake of my own mind, I had to go back to wheel nuts. By sheer coincidence, it turns out that the wheel nuts are the same size as the Toyotas, which is great. I can still use the same old tools I've been using forever and know that everyone else is going to have one out there too. The stud pattern, however, is very different. I'm not really sure if there's anything like it at all. And you'll note too that it's a broader spread pattern than most. Now, that's probably a little bit from their tractor heritage and the fact that they built the old school Jeeps for so long, because the wider the spread, the stronger the wheel, the stronger the integral dynamics of the whole thing. And talking about dynamics, my favourite steel wheel's always been Dyneema. They don't have a pattern for this. We might have to look into this. They're 16-inch instead of the mag 17-inch, but with the standard tyres, 245 instead of 265, you wind up with the same height, you know, overall. So that's all right, and the tyres are just as good. They're a 2-ply tyre. The new dual cabs in this segment of the market are 2-ply. Why is that? It's because they're quiet. You know, a 2-ply tyre is quieter than a light truck 4-ply. 4-ply is minimum for light truck. My boat trailer has 6-ply. I want more ply eventually, okay? But I might be deciding to go a different way with the wheels and tyres. So I'll leave all that for now, but just for the moment, just to take the handbrake on a couple of long trips out in the outback, I'm a steel wheel guy. I can straighten a steel wheel if it gets bent. I've jacked them back into shape, you know, just with a hydraulic jack. I've used hammers. You can't really ruin a steel wheel like you can with an alloy wheel, which will just, you know, crack. And so I prefer it for the strength. I've got to have my wheel nuts. I've got to have that. If the worst comes to the worst, I know I can get those wheels off with a brick and a chisel if I had to. And I don't really want to have to do that, but you never know. So that's what I've done. And then I've set it up with 2 spares in the tray. Now, I did that using the tray company's own adapter kit, which you can buy through Mahindra or anywhere else pretty much, because as a lot of people have realised, these alloy trays are fitted here in Australia, so it doesn't matter what brand you buy, there's probably a fair chance they'll have one of these trays. Just by changing the wheels, I learnt so much about my Mahindra. With it up on the hoist with the wheels off and having a good poke around, I was able to see where the lines run. This is important. You know, you need to know things like where's your little electric line for the sensors, where are your brake lines, where do they run? You need to know stuff like that. If they run in the way where they can jag on something, well, you have to adjust your driving style or shift them if you can, or something else. Mahindra's actually really good. My plan with this vehicle is to take the handbrake to all sorts of places where I kind of figure there's not going to be a lot of other people. And that's because I've been there before and there wasn't anyone there. So I can't afford to be complacent about wheels and tyres. Now, I'm a steel wheel guy. I like the fact that they're just held on with nuts instead of fancy lugs. I like the fact that if you really need to, you can bang them back into shape with a hammer. Can't do that with alloy, it just cracks. Admittedly, I know it's strong. People are going to tell me, why your wheels are so much stronger than yours? I don't really care. I'm used to what I'm used to, and this is an old guy's truck, all right? So off you go. That's my way of saying I'm going to do whatever I want, and I'm having fun. My Mahindra's only got 2,500 Ks on it. It's still being run in. I'll show you how I'm doing that at some stage. And I'm just playing. The wheels and tyres is good fun. I need to go a lot further with it in a whole lot of dimensions. But first it's got to prove itself over some big miles and some big camps. See you guys.